All right, so year 9. That's how crazy is that?
It's flown by. It's definitely crazy from being the young rookie in the locker room to being the uncle or the old head, as they say. It's a blessing, though. It's fun.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, shoot, I remember when you came in as a 4th-round pick out of Mississippi State.
Yeah.
No one expected you to play right away, and off you were. I know you look forward to the start of every season, but does this one feel different in any way?
Yeah, I mean, because it's the one that I'm in right now, I'm present. I feel the best that I have, and I think if anything goes into the biggest factor that goes into it is the experience that I've had. So as you say, going into year 9, but I'm as smart as I've ever been. As I said, the experience of just seeing the defense, getting to the plays I want to get to is at an all-time high. We're in year 2 of Mike running the offense. Brought in Zim, done a great job with the defense during training camp. It was a chess match every single day. So tons of excitement going into this year, and looking forward to the best one yet.
You were league runner-up MVP last year. Great season. Everyone thought it was a foregone conclusion that you would have a new contract coming into this season. That didn't happen. How does that make you feel?
Just reminds me that this is a business, and I don't take anything personal, to be honest with you. I control what I can, and that's being the best that I can on that field, and leaving it up to my agent and to the Jones and getting the deal done. Obviously, I've played a part in it, a lot of great communications, but for me, it's about taking care of my job and my part in it, and it's showing up every day, being the best version of myself, and continuing to improve to make sure that I'm worth every dollar of it.
Does it make you mad?
No, it doesn't make me mad, not at all.
Okay.
No, can't say.
From my experience, Jerry, he has a unique relationships with his quarterbacks.
For sure.
And what's your relationship like with him?
It's a good relationship. Always growing, I can say that. I understand that Jerry's going to be Jerry. He's been very successful in what he does and in his business. And in there's going to be comments, and that's why I say I don't take anything personal. I understand that he does make some comments sometimes that could easily make me mad, but I understand the meaning and purpose behind it, I guess, in his mad scientist way. More people get to look at our brand and get to look at us, which at the end of the day benefits all of us. So my job is just play on the field and ignore all the rest of the noise.
Speaking of Jerry speak, early in the offseason, he made the comment that he was all in. And I think a lot of people thought that meant all in on free agency and bringing in some key players to make one last run at it. That didn't happen. Have you talked to him about that? What do you think he meant by all in?
I don't know what he particularly meant by all in, but I think if you do look at our roster, there's a lot of young guys that have been on the brink and are waiting for that role, and I think this is the year, if any other year, that these guys are going to take that step. And I mean, some second-year guys, even third-year guys who maybe had battled injury early or just some things didn't go their way. They had an older guy above them, where at this point they would be better than any signing we could get outside of the building. So credit for him and trust in the roster, trust in the players in that locker room, and understanding that we're all in, and we're all in every single day that we come in here, and that's in the locker room. So I don't know exactly what he meant.
Yeah, you like this team?
Love this team.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always admired about you is you, from day one, as a starter, have said that the standard here in Dallas is Super Bowls. And you all have won as many games as virtually anyone in the game here over the last several years. It hasn't translated to success in the postseason. Why is that, do you think, and what do you feel is needed in order to get this team over the hump?
If I had that answer, we would have had a lot more success than we've had. So can't necessarily give you that, other than we've just got to continue to build and understand that the regular season success doesn't automatically mean postseason success. That when you get into those playoffs, you get into that tournament, it's about flipping the switch and understanding that every single play is the utmost important play. And you have to give it your all, from the show team guys at practice to the third down in a game. And all of those details matter. And so we've just got to be better at the end of the year in being detailed and understanding, not getting overwhelmed with the emotion and the pressure on each play, but embracing that we're in this is the reason we play the game. It's for this excitement, for this intensity, and just to understand that each and every play, if we give it each of us give it our very best, detailed, that we'll get over the hump.
How devastating was, after everything seemed to be right out in front of you last year, how devastating was the Green Bay loss in the playoffs?
Yeah, it was for, many reasons. Is expecting to win, the success we've had at home over the last 2 years, to then obviously just the way that we started the game. Me personally, to not being able to really stop the guys, and then as things got it going, thinking that maybe we have a chance, and it just got away from us. And very devastating. But at the end of the day, we've got the opportunity to turn the page, put that behind us, and allow that to not necessarily be a scar, but allow that pain to fuel you each and every day, and your motivation, or inspire you just to continue to get better in your details. And everybody look in the mirror, not just myself, and say, where could I have done better? Where could I have helped this team? And I know that we've done that, and if we continue to do that, we'll be fine.
You're in the top 3 in Cowboys history in passing categories, all the major ones. Your 8 years, you've been phenomenal. With that said, what are you most proud of your time here in Dallas and what you've accomplished?
I'm not a guy that just, sits back too much and think about what I've done. I guess I'm most proud that I'm year 9 still playing the game that I love at its highest level. The best that I feel like I've ever been is right now, and knowing that still I've got so much greatness ahead of me. But with all those numbers, I want to be at the top of the wins and right there with you at the Super Bowl. So whether it's the passing yards, the touchdowns, I couldn't tell you those numbers, or honestly where I even rank on them. So that's not what keeps me up or keeps me motivated. It's getting this place here at Super Bowl.
Yeah. Getting your draft classmate, Zeke, back this year. I know you guys are really close. We're close from the time you came into the league together. And, what's it been like having him back? And what have you seen from him in how he's going to be able to contribute this year?
Yeah, he's a great player. Obviously a great friend, as you said. We grew up here in Dallas together for the first 7 years, obviously before he left. But then just to have him back, understanding that's a guy that takes his job serious. He knows how to have fun, but when it's time to lock in, he's the best at flipping the switch, locking in. One of the smartest players that I've been around, and I think that's evident every day, whether he's signaling like the quarterback signals, or telling you how the line should block, or some situation in 2 minutes that he is always locked in to the game of football when it matters the most. And we obviously know what kind of running back he is, so I think he's a great goal line threat. He's huge in the passing game for us, and he's just influential to the team and just the way to approach the day.
He's the guy, it sounds like. He brings the levity to this group, and you can't have enough of those guys. Was he missed last year?
Yeah, he was definitely missed last year. As I just said, his charisma, his intensity. Obviously, we didn't have a lot of success down there in the goal line, and just being able to have a guy like that who over the last few years has been the best at getting in, whether it's a yard, 2 yards, or a little bit more out, is I think he'll be very valuable in that standpoint too.